Tell us about your professional background.
I studied as a chemical engineer, went to Nottingham, wanted to be an airline or fighter pilot, but couldn't because I had a degree of color blindness. So I had to rethink, and I'm very glad I did because I found chemical engineering, absolutely loved it. Went from there into the industry, learned, went round through Foster Wheeler, did a graduate training program, learned about the industry, all the different disciplines, and then moved to another company, to KBR Halliburton. Was there for several years, and when I got into the digital projects, because I'd actually taught myself to program. So from about 2003, I was involved in these Field of the Future, the digital oil field programs, which was this great space between engineering and IT, and never looked back.
How long have you worked for the oil and gas industry?
22 years.
What's your favourite part of your job?
I think I like the variety and the interesting challenges. I like talking to customers and understanding what their pain points are, what are the challenges they're facing, what they like to do, and being able to be part of the solution.
What's your earliest memory in the industry?
Wow, that's a good question. My earliest memory is back at Foster Wheeler, joining as a graduate. I remember being given a paper calculation pad where I had to number the pages and sign each page when I did a calculation that went into something. I remember the frustration at then something changing and having to redo it all in pencil. I remember drafting rooms actually where people were still drawing some drawings by hand. That changed pretty quickly though from the start. Then what else? I remember going around different departments. I remember an engineering manager who gave me some great advice, and also it was pretty hard on me, but taught me about getting things done, about how to approach people, how to respect people's time, and when you needed help, how to get help from others, but be helpful as well, be useful. And it was during that time actually I learned to program as well to get stuff done quickly.
What do you like to do in your spare time?
Spare time, I have a family. I have 3 kids, a lovely wife, a dog. So um, they all have hobbies as well. So as soon as lockdown's over, we'll be back to dancing and football and some horse riding. And I play tennis. I really love field sports. So I'm really into fishing. I like clay pigeon shooting on the rare occasions I get to go, and also walking, just being in the outdoors. I absolutely love it.
What's your biggest challenge?
I think learning how to manage myself over time and learning how I respond in different situations and how I come across to others, and how to make myself get the best out of me that I can, because there's a lot of external things that you can't control, but the one thing you can control is your response to it. And how do you deal with failure, disappointment? How do you stay positive? How do you get on with doing the things that need to be done when you don't feel like it? Um, it's one thing to have a good idea, but it's a totally different thing to be able to execute it. And so just learning really how to get things done, and how to get the best out of me within that is an ongoing learning process.
What's your proudest achievement?
I think my proudest achievement is probably my family. Not that, not that I could say it's an achievement per se, but I think it's a constant source of amazement and humbling, and just to see yourself reflected in others, and also to get the chance to input into others' lives is just phenomenal, really.
People or technology?
People.
How would you make the world a better place?
Think I would start by getting people to stop complaining, and then I would get them to consider how they could work together better. I feel there's a lot of talk about how things might not be fair or stuff, but the world's not fair. But it could be a lot better if people thought a bit differently or thought about others a bit more.
Proactive or reactive?
Proactive. if at all possible.
Best piece of advice you have received?
Stay positive. I think it's very easy to get disheartened in things and to give up, but actually being positive about things can change the future. If you are positive about stuff, it's nice for other people, but also you don't know what's possible until you try. So don't be like the football commentators who've already decided who's won the match before it's ever played. Show up, play the match, because you never know what might happen.